The highest ranked female manager in men's football is working at level 10 in the football pyramid. Rosi Webb is in charge of Stanway Pegasus in the Eastern Counties Football League. That's 5 levels below the National League. In her first season in charge, she won the league and cup double, going unbeaten, by the way, through the whole campaign. And our senior reporter, Rob Dorset, has been to meet her.
Come on, guys! Nothing's happened to good people. Come on.
Rosi Webb is a pioneer, a female manager of a male team. And in the 2 years she's been in the role, her Stanway Pegasus side has enjoyed unprecedented success.
Harry, game management, sit. Love the enthusiasm, Samir. Open the gate, hold it for a couple. Best trainer so far is Samir. No other female has really stepped foot in this kind of environment, and I wanted to be the first. And I just felt like I'm a person that likes a challenge, and I felt like this environment was going to challenge me, and it certainly has done that. Set yourselves up. Let's go.
It can be quite hostile at this level of football, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Did that give you any doubts?
Most of the teams I go to, or the teams that come here, they're really welcoming to me in the game. You have a few small-minded people. You get it anywhere, not just in football. So yeah, I've had abuse last season, where I was told to get back in the kitchen. But to be fair to the club in question, they dealt with it straight away, and that player didn't play again.
She did get a little upset in one game that we went to, but she knows that it's going to be a tough, long road. But she's got this club backing her all the way.
We've got to gamble and say, do you know what, the threat's there, let's go and win the ball, okay? So that's what I want you three to think about at the back. Don't let it become a threat too close to goal. Make sure you know when you're going to go and win and you're going to go and press the ball.
Last season was Webb's first in charge. She did the league and cup double and went unbeaten throughout the whole league campaign. Her second season as manager has also promised success.
I'm probably a little bit sad and sat there this morning when I should be at work watching the last game against them. I think they're probably going to set up in a 4-3-3. They have their top player, big guy, holds up the ball, but equally likes to get in behind.
4 points from their last 2 league games have seen Stanway Pegasus make it through to the playoff semi-final. That's here at Basildon Town, a one-off game with the aim of 2 promotions in 2 seasons.
We can step it up. We can step it up in possession. Let's try and get them 1v1 battles. Let's try and test them areas in behind.
With 15 minutes to go, it's goalless. Then Pegasus get a penalty.
I can't watch that. I can't watch it. I actually can't watch it. Thank you. Well done. Come on! Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you. Final to come on Saturday.
With potentially 2 promotions in 2 seasons.
Yeah, could well be. This is it now, guys. This is the last game, and this determines next season. Okay, and you all, every single one of you, deserve to be sat here today. Come on!
After conceding early in the final, 2 goals in 10 minutes for Pegasus have them 2-1 up, and they're in control of the game.
Come on! Get in there!
With Pegasus tiring, Sporting Bengal equalise in the second half. Promotion will be decided on a penalty shootout.
Boys, come on, let's go. Yeah, pick your spot, bury it, come on. Heads up. Hey, get your head up. Come on, up we get. Boys, we're a team. Come on, get your heads up. Let's go. Come on. It gives you that little bit of motivation to want to go one step further. I don't want to be in the playoffs next season. I don't want to go through those emotions today. I want to win the league, and I want to win the league with a few games in hand, because today was a killer. Football's the highest highs and the lowest lows, but we'll regroup, we'll go again next season, and we'll be stronger.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. Rob's with me now. So Webb, clearly a strong character. She said there she loves a challenge. She's absolutely thriving in that environment.
She really is. She's very confident, she's very capable, she's very knowledgeable, and she should be. She's very qualified as well. I mean, she came through the FA Skills programme. She's still part of the High Performance Centre at Essex University. And what's clear from that and the time I spent with her, Bella, is that she absolutely commands the respect of her players and everybody else at the club. And it just felt very normal. It didn't feel any different that there was a woman manager in charge of a men's team. And she's very respectful of the players that work underneath her. She leaves the changing room for them to get changed and then comes in and does the team talk. So practically there's no issue there at all. And she's had a huge amount of success. You know, won the double in her first season, made the playoff final, even having been promoted in that higher division. So
you were the unlucky mascot, weren't you?
It has been mentioned that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have turned up and ruined everything for them. But someone asked me whether this was a token gesture. It's anything but. I mean, Stanway Pegasus have Rosi Webb as their manager because she gets them results, proven success. And a very young board at Stanway Pegasus as well, only formed in 1985. I think that's significant. They're very forward-thinking. But everybody at Pegasus, including Webb herself, thinks this is going to become much more commonplace in football and at higher and higher levels in the men's game as well. So to that end, we can actually speak to somebody who knows all about that and can give us a really interesting insight. Baroness Sue Campbell is the FA's Director of Women's Football. She's live at St George's Park for us now. Sue, thanks first and foremost for talking to us. You've seen the piece that we've produced there on Rosie. She's clearly brilliant at what she does. Why is she such a rare example, do you think? Why are there so few female managers of men's teams?
Well, there's starting to be more, Rob. I mean, we've got about 5,000 women now qualified at level 1, and about 50% plus of those are working in men's teams. Rosie's working at a different level, obviously much higher. But it's about confidence. It's not about competence. It's about confidence, and it's about being able to work in that environment. And clearly Rosie's doing an incredible job, and you know, I wish her every success for next year, that she doesn't have to go through that agony again.
You mentioned the numbers there, Sue. We can actually show our viewers those stats now, showing just how many female coaches are working in the men's game. And look, there's a lot. More than 5,000 female coaches currently working in England, and almost 4,000 of those are working in male teams. But as we've mentioned, only Rosie is level 10 or above. But it surprised me how many female coaches are working in men's football. What does that tell you, Sue?
I think it tells you that, I mean, coaching is, you know, the level of coaching that you're working at is you want to work with a team. I don't think you make a decision about what the gender of that team is at any level. I think you have an ambition. These women are getting the opportunity to coach locally, which probably suits their lifestyles. They're qualified, they're getting great experience, and with encouragement and support, we're hoping many of them will come through to coach at a higher level. So I think it's about just putting their skills into practice at a local team.
Hi Sue, it's Bella in the studio as well. Do you expect more female coaches in the upper levels of men's football in the future? And also, what is the FA doing to encourage that?
Well, we're trying to grow the number of women coaching in the women's game to begin with, because we've seen a massive growth in the women's game at every level, and it's really important that we get women's coaches working with those players. But at the higher level, I have no doubt that there will be a breakthrough, and that women will work at that level, at the top of the game, in the men's and the women's game. But I think it's where women want to coach. You know, it's not about a gender thing again. I think we make a big deal of that. It's where these women want to actually coach.
And have you noticed that the Lionesses Euros win has had an impact on the number of women going on these FA coaching courses?
Yeah, massively. I mean, it's had a massive impact on participation. We've managed to get, the government to agree to equal access in our schools. That means we need more volunteers, we need more men and women coaching women's teams. But yes, we've seen a lot more women interested in getting in as volunteers, as coaches, running programmes like our Wildcats programme, which is our grassroots community programme. We've got 1,700 of those centres across the country, girls only, and we're seeing more and more mothers and related female adults wanting to get involved in leading those sessions. So we've definitely seen a massive upturn in every respect since the Euros, and in audiences coming through the gates. It's had a massive impact on the whole game.
So do you believe that the likes of Emma Hayes at Chelsea, who's doing such a fantastic job, your own Serena Wiegmann at England, with all the success she's had in winning the Euros and everything since, could they switch across to the top level of the men's game, do you believe?
Yes, I think both of them, if you ask them, though, would say that they take great pride in the job they're doing now. They don't see this as some sort of second tier. They believe working at the top end of the women's game is working at the top of coaching. So if they chose to move across, they wouldn't see it as going upward or being in a more important game. That they would find it insulting if you insinuated that. Both of them are massively proud of the work they're doing, Emma at Chelsea and Serena with England. And they believe the women's game is of equal stature. If they chose to move across, I'm sure both would be successful.
And Sue, I have to ask you about the injury crisis that has struck the Lionesses. Fran Kirby, the latest to be ruled out of the World Cup, of course, along with Beth Mead and Leah Williamson. Lucy Bronze and Millie Bright both battling to be fit for the tournament too. What can be done to stop this?
Well, I think it's a great question, Bella. I think we know for a fact that there's less research in the women's game than there has been in the men's, simply because of the length of history of the women's game professionally. We need to do more research, we need to look into these issues, we need to make sure that all of us across all the clubs are sharing data so that we can really make sure that we are providing the support to the physical conditioning coaches, to the medical teams, to make sure we do everything possible to keep our players healthy and well. In terms of what does it mean for England, Serena would say that this is an opportunity for others to step up. I mean, this is tragic for Leah and Beth. I saw them at the game at Arsenal on Monday, and this is really painful for them at a very personal level, and my heart goes out to them. But for those players in the wings, this is a fantastic opportunity to step up and play in, the greatest tournament that the women's game has over the course of this year.
It's an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Thanks ever so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Bella. Bye-bye.